Hello, everyone. I'm truly excited today. I've got a very, very special guest with me. I can't even start naming all the accomplishments which she has, but I'll start with naming a few. So she's leading education, she's into healthcare and social impact under RJ Corp, and also a philanthropist. So it's truly, truly amazing to have her with me today. I have the one and only Miss Devyani Jaipuria with me today. We're going to share insights on her incredible journey. And thank you, Devyani. It's truly amazing to have you on this candid chat with me. First of all, I would like to, it's an honor and privilege, and it's truly inspiring for me as a person, seeing so many accomplishments and the way you are leading such a meaningful life. So, first of all, kudos to you on that.
Thank you, Siddhant. Thank you for this generous and kind introduction, and thank you for having me on your podcast.
Yeah. So to begin with, you already lead such a diverse education system under RJ Corp, when it comes to IB board or CBSE, schools across Gurgaon and Jaipur. And if I have to ask you, how do you define leadership? What is that thing that makes you define leadership as a women entrepreneur?
I see my role more as a custodian than a creator, and I feel schools are living spaces that shape values even before careers. uh, what is deeply very close to me is being able to create a space where a child feels confident. So I think when education respects the child and the world that they're growing into, I feel it's truly making an impact, and I think it's done its job.
Okay. And you also, besides having such a diverse education system which already exists, you started the Dharav High School. What was your perception when you started the school? What did you want parents to feel when they come to the school? What is that one impact in children that you wanted to bring?
So, Dharav came from a very, very personal space. I still stay connected to that society, and I'm say this with a lot of pride and gratitude. And I think everything that I know about running a school or education, I think I have learned from that society. I come from a DPS
Okay.
myself. I was in DPS Mathura Road, and in fact, my entire family, my dad and his brothers and all my cousins, we all are DPSites.
Okay.
So DPS is very, very special to all of us. And my family started DPS 23 years ago in Gurgaon. So we have two of them in Gurgaon, which is still DPS. Dhara was a homage to my parents and, sort of all the work they have been doing and building schools. And it is basically just carrying that legacy forward. With Dharav, I think I wanted to create a more intimate space for children. So I would not differentiate between Dharav and DPS. I think with all my schools, I'm trying to create an environment where children feel the feeling of trust and warmth. And so do the parents. I want the parents to feel trust even before they feel the structure.
Right. And also, you started the Shiksha Kendra and Prava, which you help in terms of the with the underserved communities. What is that model? How does that model work actually? And what is that impact have you seen so far?
So, we didn't want to create parallel systems. Shiksha Kendra and Prava was started by my mother. It was something which was very, very close to her heart. We have been able to touch lives of over 40,000 students, and it is ongoing. Shiksha Kendra is a very simple model, and we wanted inclusion to be real and dignified. Children come in the evenings, they follow the NIOS curriculum, and they get to use all the facilities that the fee paying kids use. So, whether it is the labs, it is the grounds, it is the classrooms. So, they get to use all the same facilities that we provide to our morning shift. And with Prava, it is a skill development center. So, we have, so luckily we have more women who are coming to learn with us at Prava. Anything from the age group from 15 to 60. So it's quite a wide range, age group that you see who come to learn with us. I think the impact is real, and these are quiet successes, and they do have the power to change lives.
Right. Wow. Also, you run so many hospitals, especially Cocoon, which focuses on maternity and childcare. What guided you, to think and expand this division, and what is the kind of quality of life you want to give women and children when they actually, in the long run, or when they come to your hospital?
So, Cocoon is a maternity center. Cocoon was built with empathy at its core. I think, from the leadership point of view, motherhood is a moment which is highly vulnerable and a deeply emotional time. Um, so, we wanted to create a space where a woman feels respected and reassured while keeping in mind the sensitive aspect of it with the clinical expertise.
Right.
So, I mean, we have tried to keep that at the core of every hospital that we have. Cocoon currently, we have one Cocoon which is in Jaipur.
Okay.
Chandigarh is in the process of getting ready, so we will be opening Chandigarh in the next 2 months, and then Lucknow and Guwahati, and then a few more in the pipeline.
Okay. When you start anything, in life, you probably when it's a startup or you take over a business legacy, everything is not easy. Everything is a challenge. How do you overcome your challenges, on a personal level, to inspire people, there's so many young women entrepreneurs who want to, start something on their own, but they don't know the right channels or, what are the kind of attributes you think, which is needed for them to succeed?
So, as long as you're passionate about something, I don't really see it as a challenge. Challenge, of course, growth is slow, results take time, nothing
Right.
happens overnight. I think as long as we're passionate about it, we just have to keep at it. There are times where we may make wrong decisions. We may feel that we're stuck and should we exit. I think I think your passion is what keeps you going, and it's okay. It's okay to take wrong decisions. It's okay to make mistakes. And I think my father always told me that it's only when you take a wrong decision you're able to understand what you're doing, which is not right for you or for the business, and that is how it teaches you to take the right step forward. So I feel as long as we have the attitude that we're not going to give up, I don't think anything is impossible.
Right.
Women just need to know that they are born empowered and they need to trust their voice.
Right. I couldn't agree more with you, because even I have seen in my own personal journey a lot of failures in life. But again, I say failure is a stepping stone to success, So unless you don't
Absolutely.
experience it, you don't know what you're in for. So, as you rightly said,
Absolutely. I think experience, yeah.
because today's Gen Z
I think
community
it's the
is.
experience that teaches you.
Yeah, because you see the Gen Z community, they want quick results, they don't have patience, they want everything really fast. But I think patience, and like me as a millennial or old school, I believe that patience is the key and everything has the right time. You just have to be at it and
Yeah.
put in your best and your hard work. So I couldn't agree more with you. Also, I want to know, you run a stem cell banking called CryoViva. I would like to know a little bit more on that. What is it all about and how do you all tell me something about that, yeah.
So yeah, so we started this about 20 years ago now, and it is quite a successful model. We bank stem cells, and as you would know, stem cells
Yeah.
are drawn at the time of birth. Um, I would still say the knowledge on stem cells is limited. Research is still going on, but
Right.
it is a possibility that you preserve for the future something you probably, I hope one never needs it, but if you ever need it, it is absolutely invaluable. And as leaders, we do not want to overwhelm parents with information, but yeah, it is our responsibility to keep them informed about the benefits of it.
Right. You've been a
Our
part
banks
of.
are in Gurgaon. Yeah, we also operate in Singapore and Thailand and Vietnam,
Okay.
and our center is in Gurgaon here in India.
Okay. You've been a part of a large consumer where businesses, under your father's leadership, Mr. Ravi Jaipuria. What are the things which you've learned? How has he influenced you in terms of your own leadership? Because I think leadership has their own styles of working, but what is that one positive or an influence or an advice he's given you, in terms of what success could look like?
I think everything that I probably know about a business is what I've learned from my father. I remember as a child when he used to come home in the evening from office, he used to sit with my grandfather, and they used to talk about his day and whatever is happening at work. And all of us kids, we were six kids in the house, me, my brother, and four of my cousins, and we used to spend a lot of time in my grandfather's room, and we used to just keep trying, just keep trying to absorb what they were talking about. We would just sit there quietly and just learn and absorb what they were talking about. So I think very early on in our lives, we were exposed to this kind of conversation. So I think that really shaped us. As far as my father's concerned, he's always taught me leadership is about patience and values. And I think he has always placed his people at the core of everything. So respect for people cannot be compromised. And he always says that that has been his mantra to success. And I absolutely, completely subscribe to it.
Okay. If today, if you had to give an advice to your younger self, what would that be? If today you've seen so much in your life, but at that time, if you were talking to your younger self or giving an advice to your younger self, what would it be?
I think I'm quite fortunate how my life has panned out. So I don't think I would really change anything about myself. The only one thing maybe is that I would have gone abroad to study, which I missed out on. So I think that is one thing which I regret, that I did not go abroad to finish my college. But apart from that, I love what I do. I'm very, very passionate about the sectors that I'm involved with.
Okay.
So I think I really lucked out. Yeah.
Okay, so that brings me to my fun segment. This is the rapid fire round, just to know you more personally. If these are going to be just quick answers. And
Yeah.
so if you're ready, I'm ready to shoot for that as well. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay, great. So what is that one role that you cherish most in your life?
Being a mom.
Okay. A role that probably you'll never compromise for.
Again, being a mom.
Okay. What is that one motto you stand by?
Mantra.
Yeah.
Do your best and leave the rest.
Okay. Morning routine you never skip.
My cup of tea and some reflection.
Okay. Um, what is your go-to music? If you're having a stressful day, what kind of genre of music do you like?
I love Sufi music.
Okay. Uh,
The Nusrat
calm
Fateh
or,
Ali Khan song for me. Yeah.
okay. Calm or chaos, which brings out the best in you?
Chaos. I think I work very well under pressure.
Okay. And
Yeah.
if today slowed down, what would you spend it on?
I think I would just spend time with my family. Totally unplanned.
Okay. Success to you means, to complete the sentence.
If I made a difference where it mattered the most.
Okay. And what is that one book you've really enjoyed reading lately?
The Secret. I think how it teaches us positive manifestations, and how we can achieve what we want just by manifesting positively.
Okay. And my last rapid fire would be if you were given one superpower, what would it be? How would you use that? It could be anything.
If I could reach every corner of India and be able to give access to every child to education, whoever doesn't have the access to education, I think that is something I would want to do the most.
Okay. So that ends the rapid fire round. Thank you so much. That was so candid. Devyani, it was so lovely chatting with you on this show. Before we end the chat, my last question, would be if you had to give a message to the viewers watching today, our episode, what is that one message from you directly to them? What would you like to say to them?
Well, I would just like to say, I think especially for women, I would like to say they need to know that they're born empowered, and they need to just trust their voice. They don't need to lead loudly. They just need to be rooted in their values and trust what they're doing and follow their passions. And for all the young leaders, I think if they if they just put people at the core of anything they do, I think impact will follow.
Okay. Thank you so much. That's a lovely message. I myself have been inspired just chatting with you, So thank you so much for doing this and taking out the time. And it was really, really fun chatting with you. Hope to see you on the other side really soon.
Thank you
And
so much,
wishing
Siddhant.
you all the
Thank you.
very best for all your future endeavors. And
Thank you.
thank you once again.
Thank you very much.